Collecting Box with Danny the Puppet.
Hi, everyone. It is I, Danny the Puppet. Uh, I did not film a video last week. Sorry, no collecting bots last week. I was kind of busy with some other things and just didn't get a chance to film anything. And I was struggling with topics too. So thank you for all of you who suggested topics for the next video. What we're going to do is actually, because I didn't do a video last week, I'm going to do two this week. The first one is the top 5 Autobots that everyone should have in their collection. The second video I'm going to do is the top 5 Decepticons that I think everyone should have in their collection. So, let's start with Autobots. Well, Optimus Prime has got to be number 1. He's the leader, and he represents everything the Autobots are about. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. There's lots of nice Optimus Primes out there that you can get. I still think the Earthrise Optimus holds up really well, but if you want an animated Optimus Prime, the Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime is really good. I would say actually Earthrise is probably a little easier to find, but I really like the Studio Series one. I didn't think I would, but it's definitely part of my collection now, and I'm glad I have them. But I think the Earthrise one still stands up, and it has more of a realistic vibe to it, if that makes sense. Another Transformer everyone should have in their collection, my number 2 on the list, is of course Bumblebee. Now you've probably seen my Bumblebee collection. I have quite a few Bumblebees, but I do stand that he is one that you should all have in the collection. He's, when we were kids in the Generation 1 cartoon, he was kind of meant to be the human connection character, if you will. And a very popular character. I know some people don't like him because he's everywhere, but Bumblebee's been my favorite since '84. But whether you like him or not, I think everyone needs to have Bumblebee in their collection. What was the best current figures to get? Obviously, I like Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. You've probably seen some of my posts with him. But some would argue that you want to have him in Volkswagen Beetle mode. So I think the best one to get right now is the Walmart exclusive classic retro line, if you can find them still. They weren't exactly selling like crazy at first, but they're not exactly peg warmers either. So it depends what you're looking for. I think robot-wise, Studio Series 86 Bumblebee is the best, but I think if when it comes down to it, if you really want Beetle mode, that retro Bumblebee is the way to go. Although if you can replace the arms, I don't know what they're quite going with here. Trying to make it look like the classic toy, but not. If they were going to do that, they should give him a face mask. Shout out too for Missing Link Bumblebee. Missing Link Bumblebee is really great if you want that classic feel to it. But if you're looking for a modern toy, the 2 I mentioned before are best. Okay, what's the third Transformer you need to have in your collection for the Autobots? I would have to say, and you might disagree with me on this, but I'm going with Ratchet. Ratchet played a major part in the comic books early on, and of course you need a medic for your Autobots, so I would go with Ratchet. The best Ratchet on the market right now, I would have to say is Studio Series 86 Ratchet. You're not going to find Earthrise Ratchet very easily. He was an exclusive one, and he's kind of hard to get, but I would say Studio Series 86 Ratchet, and no, not the one that's being exploded that you could get at Target. I would not go with that one. Probably a little cheaper, but Studio Series 86 Ratchet's the way to go. The next one I would say you have to get, my number 4 on my list, is going to be Jazz. I think everyone should have a Jazz in their collection. Jazz is kind of cool. Jazz isn't too hard to find right now because they re-released the Studio Series 86 Jazz, so that might be the way to go. Although if you want, not to have the fragile clear plastic that breaks, there was the Autobots Unite 5-pack that came out a while back, and he's in there. Now, these aren't my top 5 favorites. These are the top 5 that I think everyone should have in their collection. So I'm going to go with, for the 5th one, Another choice that you might disagree with me on, but I'm going to go with Blaster. I think everyone should have a Blaster in their collection. Blaster's kind of nice. He turns into a stereo, turns into a boombox. Kind of neat. Blaster, well, I would say the best blasters you can get right now, if you can find the Earthrise Blaster, or sorry, Kingdom Blaster, I think it was, that's pretty good. The better one is the Studio Series 86 Blaster, I think, just because the colors and everything. I don't know if either of them are particularly easy to find right now. So those are my top 5 Autobots that I think everyone should have in their collection. Tell me which 5 you think should be in the collection for your top 5 Autobots. I'm curious. I'm sure there's disagreements here. Wheeljack's probably a good one to have. I personally think you should have Hound and Skids. Cliff Jumper's another good one here that could make that list easily. And I think Hot Rod, all the controversy there, Hot Rod, Ultra Magnus, Cup. Well, tell me which 5 you think everyone should have in their collection. What are the top 5 Autobots that everyone should have? Not your favorite Autobots, but the top 5 that you think should be in everyone's collection. That's all I've got for now. Stay tuned for my top 5 Decepticons you should have in your collection. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.